Josh Hennig here on 97.3 ESPN, 97.3 ESPN mobile app powered by First Bank of Sea Isle City. And join me right now on the phone line as we are here in South Jersey. So you might recognize this name the moment I say it, that being Mainland Regional High School's Chase Petty joins us right now here on 97.3. Chase, welcome in. How you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. So, Chase, part of the reason why we're having you on is because you have this great event coming up, raising money for the Chase Petty Foundation, Harbor Pines Golf Club, over on October 20th. Just give the audience an idea, how did this come about? How did you get into the idea of, hey, I want to have a charity golf outing in October? Because, people might be like, October is kind of a weird day, but it actually works out for you because your baseball season is done.
Yeah. So like you said about the date, it's a little bit of an interesting one, but like you said, it's kind of just what works out for me, because I obviously want to be there for all of my foundation's events, and it kind of just has to fall into place kind of when the season's over. But last year I ended up golfing until like mid-December, so hoping the weather stays good for some golf, and hopefully we get a good day out there. But basically how this all came about, I started this foundation around like a year and a half ago, a little over a year ago. And it's really just to help raise awareness of the underprivileged youth of Millville. I had a really tough childhood. My mom dealt with addiction for the majority of my childhood. I had a father who was abusive towards her for almost all of my childhood. I grew up with no running water for around 7 years of the predominant years of my childhood. So I had it rough for sure. But I know others that have had it worse, and I know that there are others in Millville, in Center City, Millville, that have it worse or have it just as bad as I did. And I want to be able to give back to those kids and give them outlets that I never had and my friends never had. And it's a huge thing for me and my brothers and my community and just everyone that is a part of this to make sure that we are able to give them that outlet one day.
You talk about everything you went through as a child, and I got to think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I got to believe that those experiences prepared you for what you're going through now in professional baseball, right? Like you've already been through the worst, and now everything is just, for lack of a better term, cake, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it cake by any means because this game is hard as it gets for sure. But no, I mean, when you look at all the adversity that I've had to get through to get to where I am now, at the end of the day, it's just a game. And when I'm out there, it's my safe place. It's when I'm out there, everything just goes away and it's just the baseball field and it's just the catcher and myself. And that's just how it's always going to be. And that's why I love this game so much.
Talking with Chase Petty right now. Of course, his event coming up is October 20th, Harbor Pines Golf Club. For more information about how you can be a sponsor or participate, you can go to the ChasePettyFoundation.com/events. Chase, right now you are playing at AA Chattanooga for the Chattanooga Lookouts. Talk to the audience about what it's been like working your way through the minor leagues.
It's if you've ever talked to anyone who's been in the minor leagues, I'm sure that the one word that anyone will ever tell you who's been here is that it is a grind. And that's what I heard getting into this and leading up kind of through the whole draft experience. And it's everything it was said to be. And but and that's kind of what makes this game so beautiful is that when it's all said and done, it'll all be worth it. And that's the goal that everyone's working towards, and that's the goal that everyone's pushing each other towards. And it's a grind for sure, but at the end of the day, you're doing what you love for a living, so you just have to be grateful for what you have.
Chase, you were originally drafted by the Minnesota Twins, but you had the opportunity to now go to this new organization with Cincinnati.
Yep.
Talk about what it was like for you. I mean, you were a first-round draft pick. I mean, you are in a very select company, people who got to do that. But then the organization that drafted you said, you know what, we're viewing you as an asset. How difficult was that to deal with?
At first it was very difficult. It was 8 months into my career. I got traded right off the bat, and it was kind of just, my whole world just kind of spun around, it was
Right.
it was just crazy. But you just have to look at it from the outside looking in. At the end of the day, I got traded for an unbelievable player. He had an unbelievable year. He's had an unbelievable following year. And it's just, you have to take it as it is. I'm going to be able to take advantage of this opportunity and make the most of it. And, hopefully one day I can be able to be better than Sonny. So, that's the goal, is just to make this career the best that I can make it, be a Hall of Famer one day, get a couple Cy Youngs hopefully, and just make the most of it,
What's interesting is that you mentioned being better than Sonny. And, Sonny is a guy who wasn't exactly an early bloomer kind of pitcher either. He was a guy who developed over time. And, you could argue that, for pitchers, development is a little more of a long-term investment. So for you, how do you stay present? How do you look at the big picture and say, I know that maybe not every time I go on this mountain, I'm going to be perfect, but I'm building toward my ultimate goal?
No, I mean, it's exactly how you just said it. You can only control what you do. And that's kind of been the biggest thing preached to not only me, but everybody in our organization. You control what you can control. Once that ball leaves your hand, you have no control what happens next. Unless that ball comes right back to you, you have no control. So, it's kind of just about making sure that you're in the best position to make sure you're prepared for anything that is to come. And, just when things don't go your way, to be able to learn from those mistakes and learn from everything and take it into your next outing or your next game or whatever it may be, and to be able to make those adjustments or just learn.
Chase graduated of Mainland Regional High School as Chase Petty. Tell me, what did playing at Mainland, how did that help prepare you for the professional ranks?
I can't even describe what Billy Kern and Michael Edwards and that entire coaching staff did for me. I mean, they worked wonders for me through my whole recruiting process, when I was committing to the University of Florida, and then just through the whole senior year with all the scouts everywhere, kind of just making sure that my head was in the right place and just making sure that I wasn't getting too caught up in the noise, and they really just did more than I could ever thank them for.
A couple more before I let you go. You talk about having your head in the right place. One of my favorite baseball movies is For the Love of the Game with Kevin Costner. And for those who haven't seen the movie, he goes into the whole, he goes into this like mode where he silences out everything. How does Chase Petty, focus in on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, a big thing that I've worked on throughout this year, kind of throughout the season, is my pre-pitch routines. It's kind of just when you get on the mound, taking my sign and just having a routine and just making sure that I'm where my feet are and making sure that I'm executing pitch by pitch. I'm not worrying about what happened the pitch before. I'm not worrying about what happens the next pitch. I'm just worrying about that pitch and executing that pitch one at a time. And having that pre-pitch routine has really helped that, just taking my deep breath, making sure that I'm in sync and in rhythm with myself every pitch. And that's been a huge thing kind of throughout this season that I've been working on.
And don't forget, it's October 20th, Harbor Pines Golf Club, the Charity Golf Classic, benefiting the Chase Petty Foundation. There will be golf foursomes. There will be a competition, award, ceremony, dinner, auction, and more. For more information, go to the ChasePettyFoundation.com/events. Chase, before I let you go, I got to ask you, how good of a golfer are you? Because I'll tell you right now, I stink. I'm not a good golfer.
I've been working. I've gotten better. I started around 2.5 years ago, kind of right around when I got into pro ball. And I've definitely gotten much better. I've been shooting pretty consistently low 80s, so I'm decent, but there's definitely some work that needs to be done for sure. So hopefully by the time the scramble gets here, we'll be a little bit better.
Well, you're also 21 years old, so you got time. So
yeah, I got time.
Chase, I appreciate you jumping on with us. Again, it's October 20th. For more information, the ChasePettyFoundation.com/events. And of course, we'll be at Harbor Pines Golf Club. Continue success with the minor league career. We hope to see you at the major league level soon, and best of luck with this event coming up in October.
Thank you so much.